Welcome to the 7th estate, where we are lethal with the truth. You can always call me Nation Mwakazi. Well, it's finally crystal clear that the political trajectory in Kenya is taking another angle. This comes as a result of the just concluded by-election in Kiambaa, where the ruling Jubilee Party has lost to the UDA. Meanwhile, One Kenya Alliance is on record that NASA, the National Super Alliance, is finally officially dead. All this is happening at a point where political pundits are pondering over the fate of the Deputy President Dr. William Samoei Ruto and the former Premier Raila Odinga. To help me join the three dots is one of the best political experts that this nation has ever produced, the former President of Kibabi University, His Excellency Collins Simiyu. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
The last time I checked, you were the Excellency. Is that title expired or not yet?
Once you are an excellence, that doesn't expire.
Once a president, always a president.
Always. Until maybe we are taken to the grave, the title will still remain, and it stands.
And you die with it?
Of course, yes. Yeah.
One Kenya Alliance is on the record.
Yes.
That NASA is no more. It's officially dead. What's your predetermined opinion with regards to this?
Okay, thank you very much. No, as you have said, I'm the former chairman of Kibabi University, that is Collins Simiyu. With matters to do with the One Kenya Alliance, it is constitutional that each and every individual in the country should have a party and should participate in their democratic rights. So, whatever is happening with One Kenya Alliance, first, we should know that that's their democratic right. Everyone should belong to a party.
Yeah.
And then secondly, with the coming up of One Kenya Alliance, it doesn't mean that we have lost NASA or UDA or UDA is going to have challenges because as you have seen, the principles in the One Kenya Alliance, they are not new in the game. We have seen them before. When you look at Mudavadi, he has been the vice president. Look at Wetangula, has been the cabinet minister in the Moi government. Then you have Kalonzo. Look at One Kenya Alliance right now. Mudavadi is doing better, and he's accepted even more than Kalonzo. Now, for how long are they going to move around coming up with the presidential candidate? And they have not even given us the agenda. No, maybe the only agenda we have seen is that they are trying to reduce the popularity of the one William Samoei Ruto, and also ensure that they are going to stop William Ruto from clinching the top seat. But now, is that the agenda that Kenyans need? That means that One Kenya Alliance, as far as we appreciate its presence, it has very little impact. We are only going to see that we are going to have two main horses, and sorry to say, but One Kenya Alliance, unless otherwise they find new partners, we are going to have horses, which is Raila Odinga, and you have seen that he can still move crowds. And then secondly, we are going to have William Ruto. No, William Ruto has penetrated into the people's hearts through the hustle and nation. Whatever William Samoei Ruto is talking about is what people want to hear. No, the idea is resonating with the common man, and that is why we are not saying that One Kenya Alliance is bad. I'm not saying that Raila might have lost the ground, but the issue here is Ruto is resonating with the Mwananchi, and that's why you will see that in the past future, we have seen a number of activities and events that have shown that we are coming back to appreciate the Article 1 of the Constitution, where we are talking about the sovereignty of powers belonging to Mwananchi. People have started deciding and reasoning on their own, rather than what has been happening from being given directions, waiting to be told by our tribal kings, which is not in order, and I cannot really appreciate that.
Okay. Yes. Mr. President, talking about the major principles of One Kenya Alliance.
Yes.
We are looking at the ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi squarely.
Yes.
And let us also talk about the Ford Kenya party leader Moses Masika Wetangula squarely.
Yes.
Let's also focus on the KANU party chairman, who is none other than Gideon Moi, squarely. And then let's also look at Wiper party leader Kalonzo Musyoka squarely. Looking at the four major principles of One Kenya Alliance, don't they, or rather can they be in a position to marshal the threshold to ascend to presidency, or having put the four heads together?
Yes.
Because literally we always believe that two heads are better than one, but we are seeing the four coming together.
Yes.
Even with the entire force of the four put together, what prevents them from marshalling that kind of pressure?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Makazi. You know, as I've said earlier, that when you play politics, one, there are very serious factors that you should consider for you to be popular, for you to marshal these crowds, for you to show direction. So for once, we are talking about One Kenya Alliance. Maybe just if you are the one, can you tell me what is the agenda of One Kenya Alliance? Do they even know where they are going? No, that's one serious question that they should start thinking about, because at the end of the day, without an agenda, without an idea, so whom do you want to be marshaled without knowing the direction? Then secondly, these, as I've said, these are not new babies in the field. They have been there before. We know them.
Yeah.
We know Moses. In fact, Moses Masika Wetangula is a guy I respect so much. He's my party leader because I'm in Ford Kenya and I cannot change that by fact. Yeah, I respect him so much. But have we seen in the past recent when they formed One Kenya Alliance and they say they are going to detach themselves from the National Super Alliance, the NASA? But you have seen from that time to today, Moses Masika Wetangula has not gone out to talk to the people, to sell the idea that they have for Kenya, to sell the idea that they have for the citizens of this country. We have seen Moses, the son to Moses Mudavadi, Musalia Mudavadi. At least he has tried. We have seen some effort, but still he's doing meetings in hotels, in conferences. Like now, do we all attend those meetings? Those are reserved for the few. And Kenya, if you have seen the new trajectory that is happening in Kenya, citizens are tired. They have gone through tough economic life because of what they might be they created because of voting in leaders who are inconsiderate, who are egocentric, who are malicious, and now the citizens have felt that. For the recent past, you have seen the 21 financial policy that has come out. Citizens are suffering, and citizens are going to take directions based on the idea that these guys are going to sell to them.
What about Gideon Moi?
Now, when you look at Gideon Moi, Gideon Moi is a young boy in politics. Because if he cannot even take care of Baringo County, look at what happened during BBI. Even the MCAs had been given grants and so on and so on. But remember, that was one of the counties. When Gideon Moi was moving to Marsabit, in Samburu, in central Kenya, and all those places, popularizing this document, this vehicle that he had an agenda of taking Sabo to the State House. But again, in his own home county, the MCAs overturned the bill. What does it mean? If you cannot even have control of your own people, charity begins at home, you know that. So if at all you cannot have control
Stamp the authority at
then who tells you that we are going to appreciate in the national view? It is hard to talk about Gideon Moi for now. If I was Gideon Moi, by the way, I could have accepted that Ruto has already gone into the public, he has already gone into the hearts of people, and he should support him for a better country. Then come next time, he can get a chance. But for now, we will not even be talking about Gideon Moi. But at the end of the day, we know that politics in Kenya is not really the way we know that the Article 1 of the Kenya Constitution will apply and our voice will be prevailed on the ballot. That is not enough. In Kenya, we have what you call the deep state, you have what you call the system. You remember what happened in 2017, and it can still happen because we are still in Kenya, we have not moved. And therefore, if at all, for instance, there will be some games played around now that BBI is not bearing fruits that were expected, and now the 4 principles in One Kenya Alliance are fronted by the outgoing president, and maybe if the NASA principle will come to his mind and realize that his time in the political sphere to run as a president has elapsed, and decide to be a kingmaker like whatever happened in 2002, then they can still make it. Gideon Moi can still make it if it's fronted by all those. But going alone or going as One Kenya Alliance is a waste of time.
Talking about Wiper party leader Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, he is equally on record that he doesn't need any support from the former Premier Raila Odinga, talking about endorsement. And at the same time, the former Premier Raila Odinga, also the party leader for ODM, went on record that he equally doesn't need Kalonzo's support. This musical chair went on up to the point whereby a lot is happening behind the scenes. Our major point of comparison here is, what is the role, or does the Wiper party leader stand any chance to be endorsed by One Kenya Alliance to be the official presidential flag bearer come 2020?
Okay, thank you. Kalonzo Musyoka, as you know, he has been in this politics for quite some time. He knows how to play his own cards because he has survived. You look at in 2007, he ran as the vice president, though they lost. In 2013, remember, in the CORD coalition, he was still there. In 2017, he still ran as the vice president. So I believe he has that art of playing these cards well. Even if he doesn't clinch the top seat, then he can deputize. But in this case, they are all equal. Now, as we have heard, the 4 of them, they are saying that they are equal, and in fact, they have appointed a committee to work on how they are going to get the presidential candidate for One Kenya Alliance. But we should bear this in mind, because unless they want to participate in the event, in the election process, then that's well and good. But if at all they wanna compete come 2022, then Kalonzo Musyoka is not an option. Kalonzo Musyoka is not an option. He has shown it before that he's not independent. He has shown it before that he can only go through if he's going to get the support of Mzee from the leg.
Can't he stand on his own?
On his own, I said earlier that everyone has a democratic right to vie for the political seat. He's a Kenyan, he can vie, he can go on his own. But now there's a difference between vying and winning. So just vying, standing on his own is good, but maybe if you ask me if he will take it home, then that is impossible, and you know that. Yes.
Okay. Alright, welcome to the 7th Estate, a pure political show where we are very lethal with the truth. You can always call me Nation Mwakazi, and we are live from Sharif Center at the heart of Bungoma town in the entire 039. That's actually Bungoma County. If you didn't know, now you know. Well, we are switching gears to very pertinent matters concerning the just concluded Kiambaa by-election, where the ruling party Jubilee lost to the new kid in the block, UDA. What does this mean to the political trajectory insofar as the entire Mount Kenya region is concerned? Welcome back, Your Excellency, once again. You say that we don't, the name doesn't expire.
It never dies. The name will still today. So it never dies. It is eternal. The name is title, not the name, but the title is eternal. So I'm still there, His Excellency.
Imagine Jubilee losing to UDA in Kiambaa.
I
What does this
expected
mean?
it. I expected it.
Really?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. You know, let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
You know what I can take home from UDA election in Kiambaa, UDA and Jubilee, it was the race between the current and the future. That's how I saw the deputy president talk about it, that it was the current and the future. And you see what happened in Maguga Ward, where they left the current to continue at least enjoying the rest of the remaining period before the election. Then because Kiambaa is already seeing the future, they decided that now we need to move as what future demands. Now, there are three main things I can talk about concerning Kiambaa election. One, and I think this one is going on around the whole country, that because of the hard economic hardships and the high level of living standards, high taxes, and every wananchi who is not employed, despite maybe the academic credentials are highly when the Constitution said that the sovereign power belongs to them, it is very hard for now to convince an ordinary man to follow you because of money, because of your tribe, because of your party, or because of maybe the influence you have had before. Things have changed, and wait and see. Come 2022. You are going to see more of this. That people are going to vote depending on what they feel is right, despite the fact that they could have taken your money, because after all they know this is the money that you have taken from them, and that's the basic reason why people are suffering. That's the basic reason why we have seen our taxes going high. That's the basic reason why we have seen that Kenyans are really languishing in poverty. And that's one. Secondly, that we should take home from Kiambaa election is what we call party or individual protest. You know, most of people voted for UDA not because they like Ruto, because you know UDA is associated to Ruto and we are heading to 2022. So of course what happens around UDA is associated to the deputy president. But most people in Kiambaa did not vote for UDA because they like Ruto. The sole reason was the president, his partner in handshake, and the party Jubilee. In the recent past, we have seen the leadership of the Senate, the leadership of the National Assembly, the leadership in the cabinet secretaries, especially the nominated members of the Senate, the National Assembly, and even the county assemblies, how they have been humiliated. That when you try to speak your mind, which is guaranteed in the Constitution, that you have a right, yes, you have the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, the freedom of association. But when today you see me associating myself with Ruto, then tomorrow you will see the DCI at my door, that I have not been paying KRA, have not been remitting, that I have stolen, have taken tenders, you have seen that is already in the public domain, so I don't want to talk about so much. But people protested against Uhuru Kenyatta and his partner in handshake.
So it was not basically about UDA, it was about rejecting Jubilee.
That is it. They rejected Jubilee and also rejected the president and his partner, because you could see Kanini Kega in his campaigns saying that if you don't vote Jubilee, then you are emulating Uhuru. Are we voting for Uhuru, or we are voting for a leader to represent the Kiambaa electorates? So that's going wrong. Right now, people have suffered under the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta and his partner, the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And people are trying to protest to show that you are not the only one, to show that even the deep state can fail, to show that even the system, when people are tired and when people are suffering, the system will not hold. But now this is the first time that we have seen a son of a nobody. Who knew Njuguna before? In fact, Njuguna alikuwa mtu wa mkono for Kariri. In fact, if you have seen the last events when His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, was visiting the place, Kariri Jama was the one inviting, was the one doing all the things. And Njuguna yeye alikuwa wa kuambiwa fanya hivi. But because Kariri Jama messed, he thought that the deep state will help. He thought that the party, he thought that maybe His Excellency the President will help, not knowing that wananchi are suffering because of the same regime of the President. And he shifted from UDA to Jubilee, and that has costed him. And in the coming future, that is going also to happen. If at all you are not going to talk to wananchi, to solicit vote to wananchi, but think about the party, think about the deep state and the system, then you are going to fail. So UDA is a force. UDA, the agenda is resonating with the common mwananchi, the ordinary mwananchi. Yes, we can say it's politics, and maybe after we have won, the agenda might change. But for now, whatever UDA is talking about is what people want to hear
on ground.
And that should be taken home. Let's not underrate UDA. UDA is a force to reckon, and maybe it's going to beyond Kiamba. Yes.
The political status quo in Kenya, the political discourse is taking yet another different shape, whereby political pundits are on table right now pondering over the fate of the Deputy President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, with that of the former Premier, Raila Odinga. To help me navigate on this is none other than Mr. Colin Simiyu, the former president of Kibabi University. He's here and he's gonna tell us more with regards to this. Your Excellency, wrapping it up,
yes,
what is really happening on ground? What do you think of Dr. William Samoei Ruto, politically speaking, ahead of 2022? With regards to that one, the political fate of Raila Odinga ahead of 2022, what should you expect?
Thank you very much. The expectation is obvious. You saw in 2017 when Jubilee was seeking to be elected for the second time, the one William Kabogo, the former governor for Kiambu, told William Samoei Ruto, we have said 10 for us, 10 for you. William Ruto, can you navigate for this?
Nothing comes on a silver plate.
Nothing comes on a silver plate. And remember also, taking in the words of current governor for Kirinyaga, Anne Waiguru. Waiguru said that you can lend or you can rent. You can rent a Kikuyu, but you can buy the words of William Kabogo very well, and he navigated in Mount Kenya. He took the words of the current governor for Kirinyaga very well, and he knew that these people cannot be trusted fully. And now he had some good strategies. He has really invested. I think nobody has invested in Mount Kenya more than the current Deputy President, William Ruto. You can look at the visit he has made to Mount Kenya. He's even doing better than the president himself, who hails from Mount Kenya. Therefore, what I can say here is William Ruto, the current Deputy President, is a force to reckon. William Ruto had good ideas around him, the good minds around him, and I think that is what makes a leader. No, a leader cannot be a leader without the people around.
You need the people.
You need the people around you, the right people, not just the people, the right people. And that's why William Ruto took the right people around him. They devised a strategy, which this strategy cannot be undermined. I am seeing people playing around with the word hustler nation. So you cannot undermine that strategy. You know, the hustler nation, maybe for the record, a hustler means somebody who is trying, who wakes up early in the morning to come and try get some thing for his or her livelihood. A hustler doesn't mean that somebody who has nothing, or maybe when I have an office, I'm doing serious business, I'm not a hustler. If I'm waking up at 6 to come in town to do what is going to take care of me and my family, then I'm still a hustler. So you should know that the hustler narrative, the hustler national thing, has really penetrated in the minds of many Kenyans. It has been a serious poison to Kenyans, and really people have already taken in the poison. They are enjoying that this poison is not going to kill them, and therefore the strategy has given a serious blow to the former premier, because the former premier has really enjoyed the luxury of Western Kenya votes, of the coast votes. You look at even a bit of Rift Valley in Narok County, and you have Narok and Laikipia, the Maa community. He has really enjoyed those votes. In the northeastern and northern Kenya, you can see that he has also enjoyed a bit of this control. But for now, one, because of handshake. This guy, as much as Kenyans believed in him, as much as Kenyans really thought that this was the right liberator, he came in with this issue of handshake beyond, that is after 2027 election, 2017 election. And he came up with this idea of a handshake. I can tell you for free, even me as a person, I was very happy when I heard about the handshake, because the core aim of the handshake was what? It was about the peace to the nation. And I think the former premier got some opportunity. I think he's in charge of some serious.
He's the AU chief commissioner with regards to infrastructure.
Yeah, you look at his vice, who has been given some serious position in Southern Sudan. In terms to do with peace and so the handshake actually was a good idea, was right and came at the right time, and people appreciated. But we never knew beyond the handshake. These guys had sat down and they had come up with something beyond the handshake, but they only revealed to the public that we are coming together to bring peace to the nation.
We are coming in peace.
And we're also trying to bring sanity to the election. But now, which sanity do we talk about when we have seen that this is the same perennial complainer? He has never accepted the election in Kenya, whether you have lost or not. And if you have lost, like in what happened in 2013, he never accepted. Remember, they went to court. The court did not overturn the election. He said the court was manipulated. He said the court was not fair. In 2017, he celebrated the same court because it had overturned the election. And he's the same guy again who has been enjoying the luxury of this support from other areas. Raila has lost a lot. He has lost a lot because Western Kenya, I'm not sure if at all again they will support the Mzee blindly as they have been doing before.
Just like you've said, in a race between the two horses, Raila and Ruto, who will emerge the victor?
The election is, I think, about 13 months. They are about 1 year and some months. No, it's too early. It's too early. In fact, we have not started seeing formidable coalitions, because at the end of the day, you can't win alone. What if, now let me ask you something. What if William Ruto and Raila Odinga joined hands and they went in as maybe William Ruto being the president and Raila the deputy, or vice versa? So how can I tell you who will win? Si watakuwa wameshinda wote.
And for the first time, someone will say that he's won.
Yes, yes. And by the way, I can tell you for free, Raila can still win without Ruto. Raila can only win without Ruto if he accepts to be the kingmaker. Raila can make a king in 2022 and he will win, because he will say, ni mimi niliweka mkono. Akiweka mkono kwa mfano sahizi, we have seen that in the One Kenya Alliance, Mudavadi is standing out. And if Mudavadi is fronted, given the blessings of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, plus the what we call the system, I am not imagining that it's there, but if it's there, plus because that comes with Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. Therefore, if Raila, Uhuru Kenyatta, and the blessings of the system blesses Mudavadi, then Mudavadi could have won, but who are the kingmakers? Then Raila could celebrate, and I think he will exit politics a happy man.
Peacefully.
Thank you.
We still got a lot lined up for you, dear viewer, but anyway, with regards to time, we just have to call it a day, wrapping it up here live from Sharif Center. I've had a candid conversation with the former president of Kibabi University, that is none other than Collins Simiyu, who is here with the most expensive blazer in Kenya, do I say? Thank you so much and welcome again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me. I'll be available again to share this, because we believe whatever we are saying here, we are not saying for the benefit of us, but we want to get even that ordinary mananchi on the ground to know the importance of voting and voting right. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome once again to the 7th Estate, and for this matter, this is a political platform where we are very lethal with the truth. I'm Nation Mwakazi. See you next time with another conversation which shall be the mother of all surprises.